Right, welcome to this winter practice. This is a beginner's yoga brought to you by the Charlevoix Public Library and Charlevoix Yoga. Thank you so much for taking some time today for your practice. And may this practice bring you to a space of great ease and balance. And so for those who are new to the yoga practice, just know that this will be a very beginner-friendly class, and you will be able to modify any of the poses as needed. A lot of the postures could even be done in a chair. However, today, if it is available to you, we'll begin on our back. So as you situate yourself into a reclined position, you might place your head towards the camera if that helps. The volume should stay all right, but just as an option, just to be able to really settle in for the centering and the grounding without worrying about hearing anything. So as you settle back, you might choose to keep your legs bent. When you have your knees bent and your feet onto the earth, and this can provide a little more ease for your low back. And so as you're coming down onto your back, really allowing for a few moments to let go of the day, to really settle in, and to place yourself in a way that you feel very tended to. So this might involve situating your right shoulder blade and your left shoulder blade. Maybe you are adjusting how you are holding your arms or your hands. You may decide to have a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly, or it could feel nice to have both hands resting onto your abdomen. Maybe for you at this point in your day, letting your arms release out to the sides could be your best option. And so really inviting this time to land. And then as you start to settle, as you start to really arrive, we'll link in with our breath to begin. So allowing for on your inhalation, a slightly deeper inhale, expanding, and then you might open your mouth to exhale and really release and let go. And then we will do this one or two more times. So again, begin to invite in a really deep, full inhalation. And then as you feel ready, open your mouth, exhale, and let it go. Perhaps one more time. The full inhale, filling all the way in, and then inviting a very complete releasing exhale. After that exhalation, you might gently swallow just to re-moisten your mouth and relax your jaw. You can have your eyes open or closed, whatever feels best for you. And as we let go of the events of our day, just landing here on our yoga mat, ready for our practice. Just arriving for this winter-inspired beginner yoga. We recognize that sometimes in the colder, darker months of the year, that our bodies and our minds can feel a little heavier, a little sluggish even. And so to counter this, to give ourselves perhaps a little more of a brighter outlook, working with our gentle yoga practice will help us to not only warm the body, but also improve our circulation and assist us with having a little more space, a little more spaciousness mentally, creatively, in our hearts and in our bodies. Remembering that yoga isn't just about stretching. It's about reconnecting with our breath, grounding our energy, and cultivating resilience. So as we move through our practice today, focus on your breath as your anchor. Your breath will guide you. It will help to regulate your nervous system, as well as keep you present. So our practice is about how connected we feel. So let's again invite in a nice deep inhalation. And then go ahead and open your mouth and exhale, release. If it is comfortable for you to place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly, you might take a moment to do that here. We'll begin with a breathing practice where we start with the expansion of the belly, and then the rib cage, and then the chest. And then with your exhalation, we'll exhale, slowly emptying the chest, the rib cage, and then the belly. We'll continue this pattern of breathing. Inhaling, expand the belly, rib cage, and chest. Exhaling, chest, rib cage, and belly. Continuing, finding the pace that's right for you. Inhaling belly, rib cage, chest. Exhaling chest, rib cage, and belly. Continuing this gentle pranayama. In this reclined position with our breathing practice. Inhaling, expanding belly, rib cage, chest. Exhaling, chest, rib cage, belly. Just a few more moments here. We'll do one or two more rounds. Inhaling, belly, rib cage, chest. Exhaling, chest, rib cage, belly. Inviting this pranayama breathing practice to center and ground. And then returning to a natural breath, allowing for your counting to release, your breathing awareness to release. Just a gentle, natural breath in and out. Now with our practice, as we begin our practice, as if and when we begin any project or any endeavor, we may have an intention. And so perhaps as we're in that time of year where in the colder regions, nature is perhaps still quite a bit in winter, although in some places we start to see the sprouts of new growth. So perhaps there's an intention that you've been working with this winter. Maybe there's something that you wish to have bloom in the spring. I'd invite you to take a moment now. If you do have an intention that you're working with, you might set that intention here at the beginning of your practice, stating your intention in the positive present tense. I am growing a beautiful garden. I am healthy. I am calm. I am centered. And add in a feeling of gratitude. When we plant the seed of our intention, we can also bring about that feeling of gratitude, which will help to amplify the growth of that intention. And then we release our intention, we let it go, perhaps even exhaling with a gentle sigh. Ah, good. If you have your hands onto your torso, you might gently move them so as you bring your knees in towards your chest, you can use your arms to hug your legs. And as you give your legs a little hug right here, you might be a nice squeeze and then softening the hug so that as you begin to rock your body right and left, this action can provide a massage for your back. So as you're hugging your knees in, just the right amount, rocking left and right, tune into the sensations that are presenting across your back. Notice how this feels for your hips and your shoulders. And perhaps you would like to begin to move your knees together in a clockwise direction. As you circle your knees, you may feel a slightly different massage on your low back. Stirring your knees around in a pace that's right for you. And you can change the direction of those circles, massaging your low back. And then back at center, if it feels all right in your body, on an exhale, gently lift your head and shoulders towards your knees. As you round in, you're stretching your back. Good. And then relax your head and shoulders back down. If you would like, you might do this 1 or 2 more times. Curling in on your exhale, lifting head and shoulders, and then resting back on your inhale. Good. When you feel complete with this, let's bring our feet back down to the mat with the knees still bent and have your feet about as wide as your yoga mat. Take your arms out into the shape of a T, out at shoulder height. And with the knees bent, you'll begin to travel your knees from left to right. Taking your legs in a windshield wiper fashion from left to right. Now, if you're in a chair, you can start to lean back over the back of your chair to open up through your heart and extend out your legs. Good, very nice. If you're in the reclined position with your windshield wiper, you may notice if you'd like to leave your knees off to one side for a few breaths. You could feel a little more stretch on the front of the hip and thigh. And then when you feel ready, you can change having your knees over to the second side. Good. When you feel balanced, return to center. And let's bring just our right knee into our chest. So hugging your right knee into your chest, hug it tight into your body. Give it a squeeze, and then extend that right leg up to the sky. Let's circle out through the right ankle. Big ankle circles one way, and then the other. And then you may even slide your hands a little farther up the back of that leg. Good. And now bend your right knee into your chest. Give it a nice tight squeeze. And let your left leg flatten along the mat. Now staying right here for 5 rounds of breath. Good. Now we'll draw the leg across the body. So with this, use your left hand on your right knee to bring your leg all the way over. And keep reaching open through your right arm for balance. Good. Now here in your twist, continue with your conscious breaths. Deep inhale, very complete exhale. Good. Coming back to center. Give that right knee a little squeeze and then send that leg all the way out long. Find a full body stretch here. So reaching your arms overhead, legs out long. You might circle through your wrist and through your ankles. And then when you're ready, bend both knees again. Relax your arms down. Find a pause. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And now bring your left knee into your chest for a squeeze. Give it a nice tight squeeze in towards your belly. And then extend your left leg to the sky. We'll do ankle circles on this side. Just inviting that full movement and flexibility so that we can maintain our balance. Circle your ankle in the opposite direction as well. And again, you might slide your hands a little farther up the back of the leg. And now we'll squeeze this knee into our chest. So bend your left leg, hug your leg in, and let your right leg flatten out along the mat. Now we're right here for 5 rounds of breath. Long, slow, deep breaths. And moving into our twist, this time you'll use your right hand to bring your leg across your body. Good. As you're twisting, stay aware of your breath. Long, deep inhale and a very complete exhale. You come back to center again, you might give that knee a little squeeze before extending everything long. Reaching your legs out long, arms overhead, full body stretch. Twirl your wrist, circle your ankle. And then once again, we'll bend our knees, bring our feet to the mat, relax your arms down, taking a pause, taking a breath or two here. And then transitioning, we'll roll to one side. You might take a moment on your side, honoring and moving slowly, and then pressing yourself up, coming to a seated position. Now in your seated position, you don't have to sit cross-legged if that's not comfortable in your body. You could be seated in a chair, or you could even have a yoga prop sitting on a pillow or on a yoga block. From here, as you arrive at seated, let's inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up high to the sky. And as you exhale, float your arms all the way back down by your sides. Good. We'll do this 3 more times. Inhale, reaching all the way up. Exhale, back down. Inhale. And exhale. Good. We'll do another full breath in. And a full breath out. And this time we'll do a single arm, reaching one arm all the way up and hinging over to the side. Good. Now take your time here. As you're breathing deeply, you may feel your rib cage expand. See if you could relax your shoulders. Let's take another full breath here. And then releasing this arm all the way back down. Take a full breath here at center. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Second side, reaching all the way up high to the sky. And then leaning over to the side. Good. Now, simply being with, noticing everything that is presenting. Maybe you're noticing it mostly in your shoulder or your neck. Just stay present. Keep the nice, full, even breaths. Good. And then releasing your arm all the way back down. Very nice. Both arms up, inhale. And now bringing your hands to your heart, exhale. When we have our body in this position, it brings a sense of balance. It allows us to land in our heart space, balancing the left and right hemispheres of the brain. We'll take a few more full rounds of breath right here. On our next inhale, let's reach our hands and arms up to the sky. Inhale. And now twisting. Exhale, turn to your right. You can bring one hand to the ground behind you or your chair and one hand to your opposite knee. Now we'll stay for a few rounds of breath, allowing the twist to help to release any tightness in the muscles and the tissues. We're also inviting a little gentle massage of our internal organs. So staying steady with your breath, you might gently look over your right shoulder. We'll come back to center. Inhale, let's reach our arms up to the sky. We'll stay at center and just do a little extra reach, 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 stretching out from that twist. And then our second side, twisting to your left. You can place one hand onto your knee and one hand onto the floor or the chair. Good. Now we'll stay in the twist for a few rounds of breath. Really receiving the full benefits. Allowing for our bodies to open. Keep your focus on your breath. And maybe you're gently looking over your left shoulder. We'll come back to center. And again, let's reach our arms up. Big breath in, full breath out. You might stretch a little more. Reach with one arm, reach with the other arm. Reach, reach, reach. Good. And then we'll clear. So letting your arms sweep wide, clearing all of the energy around you. Very nice. Let's inhale again, reach all the way up. Palms touch at the top. And bring your hands to heart center. Good. Interlace your hands and turn and press your palms away. Good. Now here you might round your spine slightly, chin towards your chest. And then slowly begin to sit up. We'll lift the arms gently, gently, lifting them up, Relax the shoulders, lifting them up, relax the shoulders. Good. Now maybe our wrist or hands allow our arms to only come to a certain height. Just allowing ourselves to be with the stretch as we find it. Good. And then bringing your arms back down. We'll turn our palms to face towards us and switch the interlace. So maybe now your right index finger's on top. And once again, turn and press your palms away. And we'll round the spine, chin towards your chest, rounding. And then sitting up tall again, we'll start to slowly lift our arms again. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Very nice. And then gently bringing the arms back down. Turning the palms towards you, release the bind and circle out through your wrist. Circling your wrist in both directions. And then we'll do each of our fingers. So circle your thumbs. And then circle your index fingers. And then your middle finger. And ring finger. And pinky finger. Perhaps we change direction, pinky finger the other way. And then ring finger. And then middle finger. Index finger. And thumb. Good. All right. Interlace your hands. This will also have the benefit of balancing hemispheres of your brain. And try to do a figure 8 with your wrist and hands. Good. Perhaps change the direction. Good. And then maybe a little just forward and back. So just a little in towards you and back again. Good. Keeping our hands and fingers nice and limber. Good. Next, we are coming on to hands and knees for cat and cow. I'll demo first seated for those who are in chairs. In a seated position, you could even do this sitting on the floor. You would round back and then sit up nice and tall. So you're going to round the spine back in a chair and sit up tall. If it does feel okay today to come on to hands and knees, we can find this spinal movement in a tabletop position. On your inhale, you'll lift your sitting bones, lifting your chin, and on your exhale, arch your back towards the sky. We'll continue this movement for about another minute. So move at a pace that's right for you. Exhale. And inhale. We'll come back to a tabletop position. And with this, if you're in a chair, you'll bring one arm across your body, getting a shoulder stretch from here. If you're in your tabletop position, we will begin by lifting one arm up high to the sky. And then thread the needle. So you'll bring your arm and your shoulder all the way down to the mat. Here in this twisted position, stay steady with your breath. Good. And then slowly coming back to table. As you arrive back in your table, invite a deep inhale in through your nose, a full exhale out through your mouth. And then your second side, reaching your right arm all the way up high to the sky. And then thread the needle. So bring your arm, your shoulder, and your head down to the moon. When you're ready, coming back to table. As you arrive back at table, we're going to move into a downward facing dog. Step your hands, one hand print forward, tuck your toes under, and as you lift your knees up off of the mat, stretching your hips up to the sky, you might pedal your heels a couple of times, bending one knee and then the other. We'll lower our knees back down to the mat. We're going to make our way to standing. So for some, you might come to a standing position from downward dog to a forward fold. I'll demonstrate both. Another option might be to bring one foot forward and then use your hand onto your knee so that you can press yourself up to standing. Another variation would be from your downward dog to walk your hands and feet in towards each other. You might take a moment in your forward fold before slowly coming up to standing. Good. Now we will move through a half sun salutation. And with this half sun salutation, we will have mainly a flow of the upper body and breath. So we will begin in mountain pose. And mountain pose is equal standing. So we want to look at how we have placed our feet, having our feet in a position that is aligned and supportive. So not too close and not too far apart. Good. And then engage the muscles of your legs. So really invite the muscles to hug in towards the bones, activating through your legs, even lifting your kneecaps. You could rotate the palms of your hands forward, lift up through your heart, standing regal and tall and strong. Mountain pose. Good. With your next inhalation, reach your arms all the way up high to the sky. And now as we exhale, we're going to take a forward fold. So sweeping your arms wide, and then you might slide your hands down your legs as you exhale and fold in. Place your hands on the front of your legs. Inhale, lift up just halfway. You'll be in a flat back here. And then exhale, fold over your legs again. Now sitting back as if there's a chair, we're coming into chair pose. Inhale, reaching your arms up high to the sky. And then exhale, sitting back a little deeper. On your next inhale, stand all the way up. And as you exhale, release your arms back down. Good. We'll go through that 2 more times. From your mountain pose, inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hinging at your hips, fold forward. Lifting up halfway, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Sitting back into a chair pose. Chair pose, knees are bent. You might reach your arms up or out in front. Good, and then let's stand all the way up, reach up, stand up, look up. And then exhale your arms by your sides. Very nice, roll your shoulders. We'll do 1 more of these. Keeping our circulation flowing and our muscles strong. Mountain pose, strong and tall. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lift up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Chair pose. Sit back into a chair pose, lifting the arms. Exhale, and then standing all the way up, inhale. And release your arms by your sides, exhale. Roll your shoulders. Let's do alternate shoulder rolls. One shoulder and the other. Good. Really working the thoracic spine. Good. Very nice. Moving to our warrior pose, we'll step our feet wide apart on the yoga mat. Your feet nice and wide apart on the yoga mat. Let's take the right leg and turn your right leg all the way out to the side. And then as you bend into your right knee, you're coming into a lunge. Nice and strong through the legs here, aligning your knee over your ankle. And then we'll bring our arms up at shoulder height, extending your arms front and back into your warrior pose. Beautiful. Keeping your heart nice and open, extending the energy of your heart out through your fingers, out to the past, out to the future, while you are right here in the present moment. Good. Very nice. And now straighten your right leg. Bring your hands to your hips. And we're going to move into a variation of triangle. So you're going to dip your elbow down towards the earth. Good. Perhaps feeling quite a pull on that inner right leg. Good. Very nice. Let's come all the way back to upright and we'll switch the position of our legs. Turn your right foot in and your whole left leg rotating out to the side. As you bend into your left knee, you may find your knee stopping over that left ankle. Beautiful. Let's bring our arms parallel to the earth, extending out at shoulder height. Good. And then tune into this energy of your heart and let it radiate out through your arms. Very nice. You might even look over your left fingers. Beautiful. And as you straighten your left leg, bring your hands to your hips. And again, we'll dip the left elbow towards the earth in our triangle variation. Good. So probably feeling some pull on that left adductor. Keep the sides of your body nice and long. Stay steady with your breath. Very good. And let's come all the way back up. Very nice. Heel toe your feet in and step into your mountain pose. Strong in your mountain pose, full breath in, full breath out. Good. We will square our hips towards the short end of the mat. Step one foot back. My camera angle is special today. So we'll have one foot back and then begin to bend into your front knee. So here you may have a whole lot of a calf stretch happening in your back leg. And then aiming your hips towards the short side of the mat in the same direction as your front foot. You could stay here with hands onto your hips, or maybe you begin to reach your arms up high to the sky. We're here for 3 breaths. Stay steady and calm. Good. Releasing your hands back down, we'll step forward and switch sides. So stepping your second leg back, begin to bend into your front knee. Here again, you could stay with hands onto your hips, really focusing on your roots, focusing on that big stretch through the back leg. Or maybe it's available to reach your arms up to the sky, staying rooted and grounded while reaching and expanding. Slowly release. We'll step our feet back to mountain pose. And in your mountain pose, strong and tall, embodying all of the elements, allowing for the strength and foundation of your base to support the openness, the movement of that creative energy that you extend out into the world. We'll take 3 more full breaths here. Keep the muscles of your legs nice and strong. Stay anchored and balanced. Perhaps observe if there's more weight in one foot or the other. Good. And then release. We'll go ahead and shake that off. From here, we're making our way back down to the mat, back onto our seat. You might inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then exhale, step back, maybe moving through downward facing dog. Shifting forward, if you would like to move through a vinyasa, you can exhale, lower down. Inhale into a cobra or upward dog. And then we'll find our way around onto our seat. Good. As you situate around onto your seat, we'll take just a moment here just to check in, just to pause, notice, and feel. Good. And we'll extend our legs out in front. From here, moving into a forward fold. So this might be leaning a little forward into your hands and receiving the stretch along your back. Perhaps today you would like to give a little bend of your knees and lean your belly onto your thighs. If you're in a chair, you could fold forward over your legs as well. Wherever you find yourself in your forward fold, let's stay for about 5 full rounds of breath. When your 5 rounds are complete, we'll slowly return to upright, and then scooting a little farther forward on your yoga mat. Bring yourself all the way down onto your back. Extending your arms overhead, reach your legs out long. Circle out through your wrists and your ankles. Move your fingers and your toes. Once again, we'll find our windshield wipers. So bending your knees, shift your feet wide apart on your mat. Reach your arms out to the sides and then slowly travel your knees from left to right. Back at center, we'll find a hip opener. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Now you might remain right here to receive a stretch in the back of your right hip. Or if you're in a chair, you could cross one leg over and then lean forward. If you're on your back and you would like to deepen the sensation, you could lift your legs in And take a hold of your left thigh. Good. As you're breathing along the outside of that right hip, relax your shoulders, soften your jaw. Good. Stay steady with your breath in this hip opener. You may notice if you could just soften around your eyebrows. And then as you're hugging your legs in that position, see if you could find a little more ease through your arms, your hands, and your shoulders. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And then as you're ready, slowly release. In between sides, you could windshield wiper your legs a couple of times. And then setting up your second side, cross your left ankle over your right knee. And then either staying here or bringing your legs in this position in towards your chest. Again, scan through your entire body, relaxing your jaw, your shoulders, your fingers. And keep your steady focus on your breath. Another breath or 2 here. And when you are ready, gently release. Again, you might take the windshield wiper of your knees side to side. Or if you would like a happy baby pose, bringing your knees in, you could slide your knees a little wider apart, getting a massage in the hips here, or taking a hold of your feet, aiming your feet towards the sky, bending your knees deeply, and stretching through the back body, releasing through the hips. And eventually release. As we move towards our closing posture, moving into Shavasana, you might extend your legs out long, resting your arms by your sides, palms of your hands turned open. If it is better for your back to keep your knees bent, by all means, choosing that position. As we settle into this moment of pause, it allows us, just like Mother Nature is doing in the middle of winter, to rest and digest, to pause and integrate. So as you arrive into the pose known as Shavasana, again, take your time to set up your body in a way that you feel comfortable, that you can fully surrender all efforting, that you can really release into stillness. We'll start with body scan from the crown of the head. And slowly bring your awareness down the body, releasing any tension. You might imagine or visualize a golden light that is spreading through the body. And that is like a gentle winter sun warming the body. This golden light nourishing every cell of your body. And as you continue to find your body becoming more and more relaxed, finding every cell of your body happy, healthy, and whole. Become aware of the feeling of relaxation, aware of stillness. Whole body completely relaxed. Resting here in Shavasana. Begin to bring your awareness back into the room. Aware of your body resting, relaxed here in Shavasana. Becoming aware of your breath. And starting very, very slowly, start to find very small movements in your fingers and in your toes. A gentle turn of your head from side to side. And as you continue to deepen your breath, start to stretch a little more through your arms and through your legs. Slowly bending your knees, bringing your feet to the mat. You might once again place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Finding a pause here, you could remember the intention that you set for your practice today. And then giving thanks. Thanks to all who have walked this path before, bringing us these tools of yoga. Giving thanks to the library and to our amazing community. And giving thanks to yourself for carving out this time to be centered and present, grounded and balanced. I thank you so much for your practice. Peace be with you, and namaste.